For every young hockey player around the world, the ultimate goal is to reach the NHL. Obviously, you need to have the skills in order to make it to the big time, but one major factor that goes relatively unnoticed is the amount of money that is required to get these young players on the right track. On average, using a study that I found from 2011-2012, parents spend at least $3,000 in Canada per season so that their kids can have the equipment to play, register for leagues, and travel all over the country for games. That total only gets higher as their children make it to AAA clubs and above. This total may seem insignificant once these players reach the NHL and sign their first pro contract, but the spending only continues to grow. Players throughout the league use equipment that they are comfortable with or use a brand that they are sponsored by rather than going for the best on the market products. But what if there was a player who did just that? So in today's video, we are going to see how much the most expensive hockey player in the NHL would cost. I scoured the internet and visited multiple hockey websites and gathered the most up-to-date information on all hockey products, and will be outfitting a typical NHL player in the most expensive equipment money could buy. Before we begin, make sure you guys leave a like on the video down below, check out my other NHL videos, and leave a prediction in the comments section as to how much money you think it will cost to make the most expensive hockey player. Now obviously I'm not going to be including every single piece of hockey equipment that an NHL player may have on hand, but I made sure to include all the basic essentials for this video. So for our player shopping list, we are going to be purchasing hockey sticks, helmets, visors, neck guards, wrist guards, shoulder pads, elbow pads, hockey gloves, pants, jock straps, garters, shin guards, mouth guards, skates, and stick tape. Hockey sticks are going to be taking up a huge part of our budget for this player, mainly because we're going to need a lot of them. Referring to multiple articles that included interviews with the Vegas Golden Knights and University of North Dakota's equipment managers in 2017, I was able to determine that on average, a regular NHL player will use 2 hockey sticks per game, even though they may have as many as 5 prepared in case of emergencies. So let's just say for the purpose of this video, our player will purchase 2 brand new sticks for every NHL regular season game, bringing our total to 164 hockey sticks for the regular season. Currently on the market, the Bauer Nexus ADV Grip is the most expensive stick, going for $359.99 per stick. After purchasing 164 of those sticks for our players' use for the season, that is going to run us a grand total of $59,038.36. Yeah, you read that right. Almost $60,000 for just hockey sticks. Oh, and let's not forget about the tape for those sticks. An NHL player can use between 3 to 10 rolls of tape per month at $10 a roll, so let's just say that he spends on average $100 a month on tape. For the helmet, we are going to assume that these are not going to be provided by the team. The most expensive helmet on the market is a Bauer RE AKT 200 hockey helmet combo with a cage for $350, but since most NHL players don't use a cage, this helmet usually runs around $300 without it. As for how many we need to purchase, we'll need 1 helmet for each home and away games and a backup for each. So we'll need 4 for the season, which adds another $1,200. Due to the NHL's ruling, we will be required to add a visor to this helmet. Even though the helmet we are using is Bauer, it is possible to have a different brand of visor as long as it matches the helmet, so we'll assume that it does. Both the Bauer and the Oakley visors on the market are going for around $80 each, but for the video I used a clip showing the Bauer Pro Clip Straight and Wave visors, so we'll need 2 of those. The Aegis Interceptor neck guard with a bib will run us around $35 for 1 of those. The Bauer NG Core Neck Protect one-piece full-length hockey jock runs around $105 and we'll need 2 of those. A hockey garter for $10, and the Evo Shield wrist slash guards will run us $35 for 1, and we'll need 2 of those for the season. We'll be ignoring the socks and the jerseys for our player as we assume that those will be provided by the organization. Moving on to the shoulder pads, there are 2 different options that we can go with as both cost $200 each. The CCM SuperTax AS1 Senior shoulder pads or the Bauer Supreme 2S Pro hockey shoulder pads. Most NHL players use the same set of shoulder pads for the entire year unless something goes wrong with them, so we'll buy a backup just in case. In addition, the elbow pads come in the same brands as above and go for $139.99 each, and we'll need 2 of those. For our players' hockey gloves, we can either go with Warrior, Bauer, or CCM brands, as all of them are at $200 each, and an average NHL player uses around 3 pairs of gloves for the entire year. The shin guards also come in the same brands as the shoulder pads, and they go for $169.99 each, and we'll need 2 of those as well. And finally, the hockey pants, we will be going with the Bauer Supreme 2S Pro Ice Hockey Pants for $229. Now, this next piece of equipment isn't a necessity for all players, but we'll assume that our player wants to keep as many of their teeth as possible. The more inexpensive route would be purchasing the mouth guards from any retail store for about $35 and molding them at home. Hockey players will use around 3 to 5 per season. They can get the mouth guards professionally done by a dental provider and cost on average between $300 to $500 per mouth guard. The last major piece of equipment that our skater needs is his skates. The CCM Jet Speed FT2 ice hockey skates or the Bauer Vapor 2X Pro ice hockey skates both go for $950 each on the market, and most NHL players will have 2 pairs of skates to their name and typically switch skates around the halfway point of the season. Once again, there is still a bunch of different skating and hockey equipment that I didn't mention in this list, so feel free to let me know if there was a significant piece of equipment not mentioned that was quite pricey. So now it's time to get a grand total for the most expensive NHL player. Ignoring the mouthguard totals, the total cost of all the equipment will run us $64,803.30. If we were to use store-bought mouthguards, we would only add $175 to that total, making it $64,978.30. However, we would add $2,500 if we got professionally made mouthguards, making the new total $67,303.30. Ignoring playoffs, it would cost our NHL player more than $67,000 if they wanted to outfit themselves in the best equipment money can buy for the regular season. Now let's say that our player was a rookie and just received the max rookie contract in the NHL of $925,000. If he wanted all the equipment listed in this video, that's $67,303.30 would be roughly 14% of that player's yearly salary as a rookie. Safe to say that going on this shopping spree wouldn't put a huge dent in this player's wallet, especially considering that $59,000 was spent on 164 hockey sticks. So there you guys have it. The most expensive hockey player in the NHL using the equipment mentioned in my video would cost $67,303.30. How close did you guys get in your prediction? Let me know if you guys have any of the equipment that was mentioned in this video, and who do you think would be that one player in the NHL that might go out and splurge this much? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Leave some suggestions of what you guys would like to see next. Other than that, Bojo, outro.